Second half of 2026 is underway as the first week of July. This is what I like to call syllabus week. I have basically, if you've gone to college, the first week of a semester, each class is give out its syllabus and you go over it and you implement it into your calendar or your assignment system, homework, whatever project management software you use, or reminder apps. And you implement that in and you put that in your system. Is what you're supposed to do. Not everybody does. So I did that, and it's the start of the second half. So what is happening the second half of 2026? I like to do it at quarters at a time, so up until at the end of September, but it may last longer, this upcoming plan that I have going, but I can only push until September and then readjust until then. So what do we do? What do I do? What does one do for this next upcoming quarter? So the last quarter, I wanted to build up my credentials. I don't really have any more credentials I need to build up. It turns out I need to outreach more. I luckily have enough credentials to get at least a coordinator or supervisor job. So that's what I'm trying to go for next. So that's my main goal. So there are, for me, a review from last week, 4 areas of life. So 4 classes in college. So I have determined after a lot of research, basically are 4 areas of life to focus on. One being health and fitness and diet. So I made a running schedule that has been finalized, which is nice. I'll see if I can add it here. And then I'll try to qualify for Boston. This upcoming running year will be just to get back into what do I need to qualify and figure out what my base levels are so I can adjust and maybe qualify next year. So in 2 years, qualify for Boston. That's how long it's gonna take. Anything that's worth doing, I've been reading The Way of Excellence by Brad Stillberg. Anything that's worth doing is going to take multiple years. So that's also why I do 12 a week, a year, that at least you can get a quarter of focusing on a specific thing that the long term will take multiple years, but breaking it down into quarters and then breaking it down day by day after that. So week by week, month by month, but you really need to focus day to day, hour by hour, and that will help you with the quarter and get you to your multiple year goal. Broke it down many different ways on paper and emotionally broke down multiple times. Did that, so health and fitness. Then the other one is you need to make an income. I mentioned this in videos months ago. Basically, if you live in the United States of America, you need to make an income. The only way to not is to be an indigenous person or homeless. And that I don't even think is 100% true. I think indigenous people of what is now called North America they still need to make an income. And homeless people are I looked into it, you pretty much get kicked out of the country if you don't make an income or don't have a permanent residence. So it's basically maybe an indigenous person of a different region of the earth other than United States of America, or somebody who is homeless elsewhere. So basically, if you need to live in the United States of America, you need to make an income or else the government's going to come after you, even if you have everything paid off. So you need an income to live in the United States of America. So that's another area. So 1, income or career. 2, health. Well, I flop that in priorities. 3, we are social species. So having community, friends and family, and your partner, life partner, be it girlfriend, boyfriend, or your life partner or spouse. And then a community, a sense of community. Working together as a species turns out to be a lot more effective than doing things individually. I got through a little bit of habits of effective people. The first one is we are interdependent, not independent. That's the way to be way more effective. So if somebody says I'm highly independent, be a little skeptical kind of thing. There's other people in the world that should be helping other people out. You should be helping others in life. So that area of life. And then the last one is actually living life and leaving a legacy. So I like to add the leaving a legacy part. Not everybody 100% agrees with that one. I like to believe that is true. How do I make the world a better place than I came in? Which is what doctors, we leave things behind. So you advance medicine throughout the years, for example, and leaving buildings behind so people can live in them longer, better dwellings than living in a cave. kind of thing. Extreme examples, but trying to make the world a better place when you leave than when you came in. And actually living life, doing experiences, concerts, theme parks, vacations, for example. This is where, that's how I like to think of it. A lot of people like to choose a religion that will be their life and legacy. They're serving their higher power, whoever it is, be it Allah, God, whoever the higher power is. So trying to incorporate all of that into life and legacy. And that also, if you're part of religion, that gives you community too. So those different 4 elements of life, and those are basically my 4 classes. Like in college, I actually only took 4 classes in college is what I could handle. I still got a 2.32 for my undergrad, but then I took 2 at a time for my graduate when I got the 4.0 for my graduate certificates and degrees, level classes. So putting those 4 into life, and that's what I'm focusing on. So fitness for marathon training, main thing is career. I was finding, at least for me personally, I need to get a coordinator, building your career. And then family community, I at least have a significant other right now. It's there, and she is there. And focusing on her twice a week, and then leaving a legacy, actually living life, which is right now I'm doing this YouTube channel, leaving these videos. So once I can get that income, the career settled, then I can focus on everything. There's no such thing as balance in life. I'm now emphasizing the career thing, which I have been for a few months, if not years, but now I'm really focusing on it. And then also doing a little bit of everything else. That's the anti-fragile approach, anti-fragility mindset, doing a little bit of everything. So if one thing, like constantly trying to apply for jobs and getting rejected all the time, at least one person's got to say yes. That's all I need. It's one person or one company. Usually it's a person that's a part of the company. So it's not, a company is not it, it's people. So you could convince the hiring manager in a company to hire you. So you have to get at least one to say yes. And that's really, you gotta go. You gotta push for that. So if you have a little bit of the other 3 of health and fitness, community, and living life, the hardships of finding a career that's happening right now in can help reduce what is commonly termed as burnout. But what else am I gonna do? You gotta make money, and so does everybody else in the United States of America. So it's either an entrepreneurship, employment, or you're retired, or you're a kid, because of child labor laws. So that's your 4 options. If there might be a 5th, tell me. But cool. All right, so that's my what I'm doing for the second half of the year. If you'd like to steal my framework, go ahead. If you have any more questions about my framework on how I go about operating in life, feel free to comment. Thank you. See you next week.